we good?
Good morning. Welcome to second.
Are we good to start? Did we tell people we're good to start?
We are now. We're fucking starting.
Okay, we're having some tech issues.
Want to try this one?
Yeah, can you try that one? That one's working. Okay. Why isn't this one working?
Good morning. Oh, that's so much better. Welcome to Second Unitarian Church. I am Moni Ruiz Velasco, a member of the congregation, and my pronouns are she, her, ella. Today we're in person at the Admiral at the Lake, here at Horner Park, and continuing to meet virtually using Zoom. We ask for everyone's indulgence for the complications of a three-part service and a service outside today. We're glad you're here, whichever way you're attending. We especially welcome newcomers and visitors this morning, including doctoral students from Meadville Lombard Theological School. Yay! And I welcome my dad, who's here visiting from Mexico, and Maria Elena. And I know we have visitors from Australia, so it's a very international service today. Finding a new community and making new connections can be challenging. Please know that we're excited to have you and look forward to getting to know you. If you are new to us today, please note that in the Zoom chat or mention it in person during conversation after the service. Our worship today is led by Reverend Jason Lydon along with Jim Simonis as worship associate. Music is provided by Carl Kennedy, our director of music, as well as Zella, and hopefully many of you. Our time together requires a large group of people who make possible the worship, the music, and the technical production. They are listed in the order of service, and we thank them for their ongoing service to our congregation. I have one big announcement for you this morning. On Sunday, September 10th, we will be returning to our sanctuary for in-person worship. This is also the Water Communion Sunday. You will be invited to come forward and mingle your waters with others in the church and share the gifts or hopes you are bringing with you into our new church year. This is a great time of returning and blessing. We will bless our space, bless our backpacks, and bless one another with our presence. I welcome Jim Simonis to lead us in our call to worship.
They can't hear the mic on Zoom.
They can't?
I can hear it.
Oh.
Turned it up. Let's see.
Touch base.
Is that mic working?
Is this mic working?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I can hear it on Zoom.
Yeah. Turned it up.
We are a Unitarian Universalist congregation, a community of children, youth, and adults, of people of many beliefs and traditions, bound not by the specific list of things we believe, but by the values we share. Whether you are joining us for the first time or for the 1000th time, you are welcome. Whether you believe in God some of the time, all of the time, or none of the time, you are welcome here. Whatever your race, whomever you love, whichever way you move in the world, however much money is in your pocket, you are welcome here. I invite you, when you feel ready, to take a breath in and out. As the music begins, let us enter into our service together.
All right. Hi, everybody. So I'm gonna start things off today with the dog song. Because we're here, we're in a park, and there are dogs wandering around. It's a beautiful day. Here we go. was a pug and he was wearing an R2-D2 sweater. And everything's okay. And my day goes on and I'm feeling much better as time goes by. But as I walk, clouds start to gather in the sky. And I am soaked in the downpour. This is ruining my day. But next to me there's a puppy brightening the way. Oh, I saw a dog today, a super soaked dog today. And his paw was really muddy, and he put his paw in my pants, and I don't care that there's a muddy paw print on my pants now, because he was so cute. And everything's okay. Why think about the future? Why get trapped in the past? When there's so much joy right here. Cause you might see a corgi with the cutest ears and all the junk disappears. Oh, I saw a dog today, an existential dread healing dog today. And he had a stubby tail too. And everything's okay. Okay, here's a sing-along time, friends, with the key change. Oh, I saw a dog today. Yes, I saw a dog today. Deep breath as we are healed by the dog. And everything's okay. Yes, everything's okay.
If it isn't abundantly clear, this morning is a playful service. We often do serious things at church, and there's serious work to be done and serious things to reflect upon. But so too is there silliness to be had and playfulness to be done. This morning we don't have our beautiful chalice with us, as it was feeling a little too heavy to carry this morning. But what we do have is your hands. And we're going to make our own little chalices for a moment. And what I want you to do, so a chalice is a cup. So first, I want you to make a little cup with your hands. And you can do one hand or two, but you're going to need your second hand in a minute. Make a little cup, because the chalice holds the love of the world. That's what it's doing for us. And then we have some little flames in our chalice, because we have a flaming chalice as Unitarian Universalists. Flames that light our way for truth, flames that give us the power for justice, flames of liberation. So this is your cup, these are your flames, and our chalice is lit.
Good morning. It's wonderful to see you all. It's wonderful to be gathered here. And so we will sing our opening hymn, number 389, Gathered Here in the Mystery. We'll sing it once in unison together, and then we'll split up into a round, starting with this half, followed with this half. And feel free to rise if you would like. Feel free to sit if you would like. You all look very comfy. Gathered here in the mystery of the hour, gathered here in one strong body, gathered here in the struggle and the power, Spirit draw near. Gathered here in the mystery of the hour, gathered here in the mystery of the hour, gathered here in one strong body, gathered here in the struggle and the power, gathered here in the mystery of the hour, gathered here in Spirit, draw near. Spirit, draw near. Spirit, draw near.
Please continue to remain standing or sitting and join me in reciting our covenant. We covenant together that causes us to grow and empowers us to honor truth within ourselves. We will be generous with our gifts and honest in our communication, holding faithful to a love that embraces both diversity and conflict. Called by our living tradition, we will nurture spirituality within a vision of the eternal, living out our inner convictions through struggles for justice and acts of compassion. Please join me in singing Spirit of Life. Spirit of life, come unto me. Sing in my heart all the stirrings of compassion. Blow in the wind, rise in the sea, move in the hand, giving life the shape of justice. Roots hold me close, wings set me free. Spirit of life, come to me, come to me.
Be seated.
All right, good morning, everyone. I'm Brittany, and I'd like to call all the children up here, anyone who is young at heart, young in spirit, come join us, take a seat. I'm gonna move this and lower the mic. Okay, welcome children. You can go ahead and take a seat. For those of you I haven't officially met yet, I'm Brittany. I'm the new director of Youth Development, which means it's going to be my really special and important job this year to make sure that you have a wonderful Sunday school experience. So today, for a time for all ages, we have a Wonder Box. So it is a pretty Wonder Box. It has a dragon on it and some other things. So Zella, why don't you do the honors? Open it, and you can all gather around and take a look at what's in there. What do you see? Some pencils and paper. What do you notice about the paper? They're folded. Anybody want to open one? Shay, go ahead, open one. Tell us what you see in it. You don't see anything. You don't see anything. They're blank pieces of paper. We have blank pieces of paper and pencils. We can think about what we can do with blank pieces of paper and pencils. What do you guys think? Zella? You can draw or write or do anything. Ishay, I saw your hand too. Do you have anything to add? You can draw, yes. Or you could make a paper plane, totally. Yeah. All right, now I'm gonna read you a poem, and I want you to listen to and be thinking about the message here, and then I'm gonna close out with an invitation to you all. This poem is called The Unwritten by W.S. Merwin. Inside this pencil crouch words that have never been written, never been spoken, never been taught. They're hiding. They're awake in there, dark in the dark, hearing us, but they won't come out. Not for love, not for time, not for fire. Even when the dark has worn away, they'll still be there, hiding in the air. Multitudes and days to come may walk through them. Breathe them, be none the wiser. What script can it be that they won't unroll? In what language would I recognize it? Would I be able to follow it? To make out the real names of everything? Maybe there aren't many. It could be that there's only one word, and it's all we need, and it's here in this pencil. Every pencil in the world is like this. Now, it's a pretty sophisticated poem, but basically what it's saying is anything can come out of these pencils. And who decides what comes out of the pencils onto the paper? You do, you all decide. So this is a really special service where later on people are going to come up to the mic to share any words, songs, acts of self-expression that they feel inspired to share. And so my invitation to you is to take your blank piece of paper and your pencil, go back to wherever you're sitting, and you can write, you can draw, and then hold on one sec. And then when the time comes, if you want to, you can come up and share. Now I don't have clipboards, but I've got some books that you can use to lean on. So if you would like to grab a book, you can on your way back to your seat. You can also read the book. All right, my friends, thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful rest of your morning.
Thank you so much. So great to have our young voices. And Brittany, was this your first time leading a Time for All Ages? And Brittany's first time leading a Time for All Ages for us. What a joy! New experiences at church. So each year we all make a commitment, a pledge to support the ministry of this, our outdoor and indoor congregation. And in addition to this pledge that we make, we also take a collection each Sunday so that we can share with those who are doing justice work well beyond our walls. You can find a way to make your contribution in your order of service. There's a text to give process described in there. And then those of you who are joining us via Zoom, the instructions will be on your screen. For the month of August, we've been sharing our plate with the Chicago Community Jail Support. You've heard a lot about their work in our city as a mutual aid organization. But on the last Sunday of every month, we hear from somebody who's doing work within our congregation or within Unitarian Universalism with which we can get involved, ways that we can plug in. And so Moni has some words for us this morning about the UUANI efforts here in Chicago. Moni.
Hello again. I'm here to share a little bit about UUANI, the Unitarian Universalist Advocacy Network of Illinois. I've collaborated with UUANI for several years, initially as a partner in fighting for immigrant justice in Illinois, and now I get to partner with the achieve greater justice for LGBTQIA+ folks. I also have the privilege to serve on the board of UUANI. UUANI was founded 10 years ago. Our mission is to build power among UU congregations in Illinois to accountably advocate with those who have been historically marginalized. Our vision is to build community bending the arc towards justice. UUANI partners with statewide organizations to work towards legislative and systemic change. Its model is to partner with organizations like Equality Illinois, the UU Prison Ministry, the Illinois Clean Jobs Coalition, the Midwest Access Coalition, DRUM, among others, to uplift the work of those organizations most directly impacted and working on the ground and partnering with those groups. UUANI is one of the organizations with which 2U shares its plate later in the year, and we are deeply grateful for that support. You can also support UUANI throughout the year by signing up to receive our weekly actions, which take only 90 seconds or less to do. So I encourage all of you to sign up. You can also go with us to Springfield to advocate with our partner organizations. And I also want to personally invite you to join us on November 4th at the UU congregation in Springfield, where UUANI people from across the state will be gathering to celebrate the 10th year anniversary, but also to connect on what is next for UUANI, how it's going to look in the years to come, and what kind of work we want to engage in, and also to meet with partner organizations who will also be there in Springfield that day to both celebrate and plan for the future. And as someone who engages with UUANI both as a board member, but also as a leader in a partner organization, I can tell you that the work that UUs do through UUANI is essential to helping us achieve a more just society for our communities. Your involvement and your actions deeply matter. So thank you.
Now I invite you to join me in reading our offering words. These words are printed in your order of service and are on the screen. This church is the community of ourselves. Its energy and resources are our energy and resources. Its wealth is what we share. As we contribute to the life of the community, we affirm it and enable its participation in the larger world around us. The offering will now be generously given and gratefully received.
I invite you now to join me in the spirit of prayer or meditation. Wherever it is that you might be, here in the park, joining us from the Admiral, maybe you're at your home. Take this moment and let us breathe together. Try relaxing the muscles in your shoulders. Release the tension in your neck. Unclench your beautiful jaw and breathe into this space. We begin always in thanks. Thankful for the breath in our lungs, the beauty of our earth, and the strength of this, our beloved community. We hold in our hearts those who care for family in ill health, those who live with grief or chronic pain, those struggling with addiction or illness, seen and unseen. We are with you. For parents and teachers and all those whose primary spiritual practice is caring for children, we are with you. We pray for our neighbors in prison, for those who are struggling to stay afloat in the midst of poverty. We are with you. We pray for all those living in harm's way, especially those navigating the harms of gun violence. We pray for our planet and commit to work that will lead us away from the harms of climate chaos. As wars rage, we pray that wisdom, compassion, and empathy guide the leaders of our world. May they and we be instruments of a just and lasting peace. Our lives are truly blessed by those who knowingly, with curiosity and courage, face their final days. Into this, our shared silence across space, I invite you to speak the name of anyone you wish to lift up into the loving support of our community. With our deepest compassion, let us hold in our hearts those named and unnamed, those remembered and those forgotten. Let it be so. Amen. Blessed be. At this time, we're going to take part in an adapted Joys and Concerns ritual, borrowing the practice that is done at the Admiral for all of us to take part in together. In just a moment, those of us gathered here at Horner Park, you are welcome to come forward, take a pebble that is here, hold it tightly in your hand, put your energy into the stone, and then knowing your joys and sorrows to be shared by this community, let it go lightly into the bowl. For our friends on Zoom, please join us by sharing your joys and concerns in our chat window. And I will place a stone in this bowl representing all of your joys and concerns. You may come forward. old. All of these are shared joys, concerns, celebrations, and sorrows close to our hearts. So this morning's service is quite different than our regular Sunday services. And we have time in just a moment where you are going to share things that have been on your heart. Poetry, music, gifts that you want to make sure we, your congregation, get to hear. But before we do that, I want to invite Gail to come forward and join me at our makeshift pulpit. This is a special time of transition in Gail's life. Gail has led our young adult group in so many ways for the past bunch of years. Do you know how many years?
So, I've been coming to this church for 13 years.
13 years at church.
23. And then I started doing young adult leadership. So, been going to this church for 13 years, so when I was 23. And then I started officially being a leader in the young adult group in like 2020. But I've been a young adult in this program for like 13 years. So yeah.
Amazing. Well, not everyone might know, in Unitarian Universalism, we designate ages 18 to 35 as young adulthood. We often have a bridging ceremony that happens for those going from youth, ages 14 to 18, into their young adulthood. But we wanted to also celebrate the amazing ministry that Gail has offered young adults in our church. Our church will only survive by making sure that those who are young feel welcomed and celebrated in Unitarian Universalism, not only as the future of our faith, but as the present leaders that make our faith so vital. And I am so grateful to Gail for the ministry that you have done for our church, and we welcome you into adulthood. Regular adulthood. Thank you so much, Gail, for all you have given to our church. Those of you who are young adults, ages 18 to 35, there are still ways of you being involved in our church. There will be a gathering on Sunday, October 1st after service. We will have brunch in Fleischmann, where we will be imagining what our young adult program should look like at 2U right now. And so I welcome you to mark your calendar and be ready to celebrate and create the young adult ministries that our church deserves. And so now, I'm wondering if you are thinking you might want to share a poem, a reading, or a song with us this morning, would you raise your beautiful hand? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Beautiful. 8. I believe we will all get a chance to share. So, Ellen, would you kick us off? And then we'll go from there.
Thanks, Reverend Jason. So I'm going to read Breathe Restlessness into Me by Ted Loder. Thank you for all I forget are gifts, not rights. Forgive me for all the grievances I remember too well. Save me from the self-pity, the self-seeking, the fat-heartedness, which is true poverty. Guide me, if I'm willing, drive me if I'm not, into the hard ways of sacrifice, which are just and loving. Make me wide-eyed for beauty, and for my neighbor's need and goodness. Wide-willed for peacemaking, and for the confronting power with the call to compassion. Wide-hearted for love, and for the unloved, who are the hardest to touch and need it the most. Dull the envy in me, which criticizes and complains life into 1,000 ugly bits.
Keep me honest and tender enough to heal, tough enough to be healed of my hypocrisies. Match my appetite for privilege with the stomach for commitment. Teach me the great cost of paying attention, that naked to the dazzle of your back as you pass, I may know I am always on holy ground. Breathe into me the restlessness and courage to make something new, something saving, and something true, that I may understand what it is to rejoice.
Thank you, Ellen. Ah, excellent. Please. I think Zella and Gail have a song for us.
In the middle over the microphone.
So today's poem that I want to read is a celebration of dogs and all that they teach us. How to be present in the moment, how to find joy in every day, and how to love with open hearts. The poem is called Our Dog by Susan Wiggins Bunch. She's our source of entertainment, great affection and delight. She's our guardian protector through the long and cold dark nights. She's the licker of our faces. She's the chewer of our shoes. She's a loving source of comfort on the days we have. She's our under-table taster. She's the sponsor of our moods. She's the great appreciator of our kitchen table foods. She's the filler of so many roles that make our life so sweet. Without her in our family, life would not feel complete.
I see a hand way back there. With an amazing cat and pizza and taco shirt.
All right. Okay. All right. Thanks. Okay. I have a poem that I created about my name that I wanted to share with everyone. Just so you know, my name is Gordy Phoenix Kepf Taylor. I didn't include Kepf. My name goes with the rolling hills and the mountains that touch the sky's blue. Now my middle name, it's a mythical fiery bird that lights up the night with its plume. Now onto my last name, they're people who sew. They'll make you great clothes that fit whether your head is up high or down low. Yes, that is my name, and I'm proud of it. Don't judge. Be whoever you like, and I'm sure you'll do great. My last name says to sew, but I like to play games. So when I heard that, I said, no, that can't be right.
Yes, please.
Hello, my name's Marion, and I'm going to be singing A Million Dreams from the Greatest Showman. A world that's waiting for me that I call my own. Through the dark, through the door, through where no one's been before, but it feels like home. They can say it all sounds crazy. They can say I've lost my mind. I don't care to not call me crazy. We can live in the world that we design, 'cause every night the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams all it's gonna take. Oh, a million dreams for the world we're gonna make. There's a house we can build, every room inside is filled with the things from far away. Special things I can buy, each one there to make you smile on a rainy day. They can say it all sounds crazy. They can say I've lost my mind. I don't care, so call it's crazy. We can live in the world that we decide. 'Cause every night I'm the brightest colors A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of a vision of the one I see. A million dreams all it's gonna take. Oh, a million dreams for the world we're gonna make. However big, however part of it all, share your dreams with me. I may be right, I may be wrong, but you say you'll bring me along. To the world you'll see, the world I close my eyes to see. I close my eyes to see. 'Cause every night I'm back, the brightest colors fill my bed. A million dreams are keeping me awake. Oh, a million dreams for the world we're gonna make.
Yes, yes, yes.
Aaron.
Thank you. These are hard acts to follow. I wrote this poem 10 years ago before I moved to Chicago and things got better, but I think I'm going to dedicate it to Gail. It's called Things Said in Church This Morning. Life and death and the moments in between, said the minister. Birthdays come around so fast, said a woman of a certain age. And as one enters the second half of one's life, oh hell, let's be clear, as I enter the final half of my life, time moves much too quickly. Perhaps it's like riding a bicycle downhill, except there are no brakes, nothing that slows you down, so that those moments rush by. What had been once long anticipated becomes a memory all too fast. Giving one, I really mean me, of course, only one choice, which is to savor every morsel, every moment, every experience, every effort. On a bike, don't pay so much attention to the speedometer that you forget to look around. And by all means, watch for oncoming traffic.
Sue.
So this is the last verse of one of my favorite songs, and I need to put on my glasses so I don't have it memorized. And I'm a bit nervous, so I brought a ringer. If you know the words, please join. What? When tyrants tremble in their fear and hear their death knell ringing, when friends rejoice both far and near, how can I keep from singing? In prison cell and dungeon bar, our thoughts to them are we. When friends by shame are undefiled, how can I keep from singing?
Were there other hands? Oh, there's a hand behind me. I just can't see. Jim Simonis, please.
There are two reasons I want to do this song for you. First of all, I want to take any opportunity that I can to bring songs that are in the red songbook that was compiled by Mary Ellen Walden for our congregation. And so I want to be sure that I do that. And also, would you hold this? This is going to blow over on me. Well, thank you. And this is the second reason I want to do this song is that it's a children's song. It's a religious hymn disguised as a children's song. And so that means it's to be sung with great energy, not necessarily with great, sound or passion. With a lot of passion, but sing it the way you want to. Oh, and it has a chorus that you can all join in on. All God's critters got a place in the choir. Some sing low and some sing higher. Some sing out loud in the telephone wire. Some just clap their hands or claws or anything they got down. Listen to the bass, it's the one on the bottom where the bullfrog croaks and the hippopotamus sings aloud on the tongue, sings and groans with the big to-do. The old cow just goes moo. Oh, all God's critters got a place in the choir. Some sing lower and some sing higher, some sing out loud on the telephone wire. Some just clap their hands or paws or anything they got now. The dogs and the cats, they take up the middle where the honeybees hums and the crickets fiddle. The donkey brays and the pony neighs. The old coyote, oh! All God's critters got a place in the choir. Some sing low and some sing higher. Some sing out loud on the telephone wire. Some just clap their hands or paws or anything got now. Listen to the top where the little birds sing on the melody with the high notes ringing. The hoot owl howls over everything. The jaybird disagrees. And all God's critters got a place in the choir. Some sing low and some sing higher. Some sing out loud on the telephone wire. Some just clap their hands or paws or anything they got now. Singing in the nighttime, singing in the day. The little duck quacks and the horse, he's on his way. The possum ain't got much to say. The porcupine talks to himself. And all God's critter got a place in the choir. Some sing lower and some sing higher. Some sing out loud on the telephone wire. Some just clap their hands or paws or anything they got now. Well, it's a simple song, a living song. Every day, everywhere, with the fox and the ox and the grizzly bear, the grumpy alligator and the hawk above, the sly raccoon and the turtle dove. What time? All God's critters got a place in the choir. Some sing low and some sing higher. Some sing out loud on the telephone wire. Some just clap their hands or paws or anything they got now.
Probably have time for one more share. Yes, over here. Come on up.
My name is Isha, and I am going to be singing Flowers by Miley Cyrus. You may hold it and you can. Yeah. Okay. We were good, we were gold, kind of dream that can't be sold. We were right till we weren't, built a home and watched it burn. I didn't want to leave you, I didn't want to lie. Started to cry, but then remembered I can buy myself flowers, write my name in the sand, talk to myself for hours, say things you don't understand. I can take myself dancing, and I can hold my own hand. Yeah, I can love me better than you can love me better. I can love me better, baby, can love me better. I can love me, baby, baby. Can paint my nails, cherry red, match the rose, no regret. I forgive every word you said. I didn't want to leave you. I didn't want to fight. Started to cry, but then I remembered I can buy myself flowers. Write my name in the sand. Talk to myself for hours. Say things you don't understand. I can take myself dancing. I can hold my own hand. Yeah, I can love me better than you can love me better. I can love me better, baby, can love me better. I can love me better, baby. I didn't want to leave you. I didn't want to fly. I started to cry and remembered I can buy myself flowers. Write my name in the sand. Talk to myself for hours. And say things you don't understand. I can take myself dancing, and I can hold my own hand. Yeah, I can love me better than. Yeah, you can. Yeah, I can. Yeah, I can love me better, baby. I can love me better. I can love me better, baby. Can love me better. I can love me better, baby. Can love me better. I can love me better, baby.
Yeah. Yes. I want to invite you to rise in body or spirit or feel cozy on the ground because it's nice to connect to the earth any way you want. And we're going to sing our closing hymn, and you will find it in your order of service, that little piece of paper additional. want to invite you to rest your hands upon your heart or clasp hands with those you're sharing your life with during these pandemic times. And let us think of the great gifts that were shared with us this morning. Music, poetry, all wrapped in great joy. May we take this joy with us as we go forth into this week, knowing our church community loves us, knowing that we are made greater by being part of something more than just ourselves. Go in peace, beloveds. We do have two quick little announcements. One, there is coffee hour in the back. We brought coffee hour with us. Many thanks, Mary Helen. Many thanks, Alicia Obando, for making this possible for us. So please have a snack. Additionally, if you are interested in having a conversation with the visitors from Meadville Lombard Theological School, we'll be talking a little bit about justice work and how we do justice work in congregations and how we do justice work within Unitarian Universalism. And we'll gather over here. So feel free to grab a snack and then you can gather here. And I just wanted folks to know that there are restrooms in that building right behind you, should you need them. And also, in case you haven't heard, next Sunday service is going to be led by Carl Kennedy back in the church. So please be sure to join us next Sunday. Thank you all so much.